What's up? Another day, another adventure, middle class existence. Too much worrying going on for me. Too much worrying about nothing. That seems to be my constant place where I mentally live, is just pure worrying about pretty much everything. I'm pretty sure I get it from my mom. She's cool, but she's a worrier. And I guess I am too. I didn't really realize it until the last few years. Just jumping from one thing to be concerned about to the next, and then it must be more visible and understandable once you have kids, because then you got, at least one or however many kids you have, got all their issues that you are now worrying about also, as they are out navigating their own way of the world, as you say. And my oldest one it's all uncharted territory as she goes through school and life and whatnot, and she struggles emotionally, but also she's making it. And also I'm starting to realize that academic success might not be as important to a happy life as maybe I once thought. And maybe I thought it was so important because I personally had done so well in school without too much effort. And but I always had the attitude that I really liked school. And maybe because it wasn't difficult, maybe that's why I did enjoy it. I don't know if the two go hand in hand, but I liked seeing my friends, and then you see the girls that you have crushes on, or if you have a girlfriend, you see them all day. And then when I got to an age in high school where I started drinking and experimenting with weed, staying out late, and trying to get action, then it's makes part of going to school fun also, as long as you can be safe. I'm not condoning any of those things in high school. I'm just saying that's what I did. And so but yeah, I think I was talking initially about being worrisome, and I've just been worrying about my aunt's in town, watching my parents' dog, and I haven't gone over to see her except for the first day that she was here. And I've been feeling like super guilty and anxious about it, but it just kind of hasn't worked out timing wise to get over there during the week. And you know what, saying all this, it's not an excuse. I should have, but what is this guilt we put on ourselves to go and see your relatives when they're here, if I don't know, we're just not close. I don't think I'm really that close with any of my relatives, if I'm being completely honest. And not that I don't love them and I don't think that they're cool people, but we just don't see each other more than the few times a year. And I should have went over there last weekend, but I put my foot in my mouth, and my wife and I got in a fight. For us, we weren't screaming or anything, but I said something rude, and and that kind of just killed the whole weekend, and I think I just emotionally shut down, and then I didn't even make an attempt to go over there, and now I'm kicking myself, and all week I've been kicking myself saying I'm going to and take the kids over there, but also, like, in order for me to, make money, I just gotta make the hours, and then I've been having tryouts this week and last week, and it kind of has been busy. And then yesterday I just was planning on picking the girls up a little bit earlier and taking over there, and then a few things came up right before I was about to leave that extended my stay at work for probably another hour or so, and they had their like after school stuff like programs going on, and I just like doesn't seem like it's gonna like work out. I feel shitty about that, but it also just feels like so forced, and to be honest, I don't feel like I'm like that sought after anyways. My brother's the rock star of the two of us, and I believe he took her out to dinner and stuff or whatever last week also. So yeah, I've been worried and feeling guilty about that, but also trying to convince myself that at the end of the day it's really not that big of a deal. Like, she could reach out also, even though this is our town. But yeah, I don't really know what to say about my like personality being so like boring in the eyes of like a lot of people. Like, I work and I go home and I exercise, and we like do stuff sometimes on the weekends, but for the most part we're homebodies, and our kids are with us like almost 100% of the time, and I'm just not a super social person, and I'm like worried that that's not good. Like, that's not a good example for my children, because they should have the opportunity to be social or not. But it's hard to just flip that onto and just start going and doing a bunch of stuff. I guess. I also feel like I don't want to, like, things cost money, and my parents already help us out paying for our house, and then I'm always concerned with how does that look if I'm spending money on X, Y, and Z when I can't even afford my full nut at my house, and that would basically come down to probably having to work another 10 or 15 hours per week, and like having another job on the side. And you know how I feel about hard work. I don't know. I feel like I've also been thinking I feel like I've kind of sacrificed a lot of my social life so that I can do volleyball, and I'm going into like my this is like my 16th year of coaching, and I've kind of like once I've found that, I kind of dove all in, and I'm not coaching club because I have my kids, but and I stopped once I started coaching, once I became the varsity coach, which also kind of coincided with my daughter coming and then getting married and having kids. But my buddy, who's been a club coach like forever, and then we met coaching at our high school, and then he moved away, and then he's been a high school coach for the last 2 years. I think he only did 2 years, maybe 3, but he just texted me saying that he's resigned the other day, and my initial reaction was jealousy. I was jealous that he pulled the trigger and he did that, and now he's doesn't have a whole program on his. But also, he's like a club director, so he kind of oversees and manages like 12 or 16 teams in a whole area, but it's a little bit different. But yeah, I'm just I'm kind of, and I like what I do, and I just wonder like if I had more success to point to or to fall back on, would I like it as much, or would I have like gotten to where like, or would that have sufficed enough, or am I just coaching still to get one of these accolades or trophies, not trophies but like titles, or and then what? Because I guess like if I never get the banner, like, will I just keep going forever? I don't know. I don't know, and the answer kind of seems like yes, you probably will, but I don't know. He also, and he also made a comment that you don't get this time back with your kids, which I agree, but also I spend a lot of time with my kids. I spend a lot. Like when I'm not doing volleyball or work, I'm with them. And I've been to almost all of their soccer games and the things that they do. I don't think I've missed hardly anything, except a few Saturdays doing tournaments when they were just young and weren't like, it wasn't like they were doing something that weekend and I was doing something, and I was choosing volleyball over what they were doing. It was just a little bit of time. Not that I missed a ton of it. So, yeah, and even like I'm just kind of finding it difficult to enjoy the moment lately, as I'm kind of overwhelmed with worry and stress about like pretty much anything I can think about. And I don't think anyone ever tells you that when you're little and you're not dreaming, but like you're thinking, you're pondering, what are you going to do in the future? And nobody really, and I think we all kind of accept or understand, like it just might not go that way, and that, for a good 50% of the population, you'll end up doing something you're not super passionate about, but it's something that you kind of fall into to make a living, to have a life, and that you're gonna work to live. You're not gonna live to work. I mean, you're gonna have a job that you're not super jazzed on, but it pays the bills. I'm kind of at that part in my life, and it's like it's a, I don't want to say it's like a slightly depressing, but it's just real. It's just real, and I'm gonna be 41 on Saturday, and not super hyped on having a birthday. Not that it's gonna be any different. It's just like another day, and I'm like not into like celebrating, because I don't really feel like, what is there to celebrate? And I'm not like I don't have a million friends that I want to go like turn the spotlight on myself, and then force everybody to turn the spotlight on me. And yeah, it's kind of felt like that on my wedding day too. I felt not embarrassed, but just like, oh gosh, this is all about me today. Like, it kind of feels good, but not I wasn't prepared for how massive this was gonna be. So yeah, anyways, I know that I have a lot and I'm fortunate, and I should be remembering that But if I'm being totally honest, and we can only live the life that we are living. We can't really, we can't really, like constantly, compare ourselves to how much better we have it than a lot of people, because that wears thin. Because after a while, you're still back to what's, you know, what is making you like unhappy or happy, and I'm just struggling to stay as positive as possible, and and be like grateful. I I think probably just because I'm not, you know, s- super convinced that I'm like I'm not even sure what, but it's uh it's gonna be okay because tomorrow's another day.